Welcome back for Macionis Chapter 4, and in this video cast, we're going to talk about gender inequality. First, how do sociologists define gender inequality? First off, you have to note that gender and sex are not the same thing. Sex is a biological characteristic, being male or female. Gender refers to social constructions of masculinity and femininity prescribed upon males and females in a society depending on their respective sex. Gender inequality is the arbitrary assignment of differentially valued traits and abilities to people on the basis of their sex without regard for their attributes as individuals. So, what are two explanations for gender inequality and heterosexism? The sociobiological perspective. This is the use of biological factors to explain variations in the social roles of women and men. For example, some people believe that because women are biologically the ones who can carry children, that they are therefore the natural caregivers and should stay at home to care for their children. The socialization perspective says that gender is composed of a set of social expectations that are reproduced and transmitted from generation to generation, rather than innately given. You may believe either one of these, you may believe in a combination of both. The point is, we really don't know for sure, and we probably never will. We don't know because we really don't know how a baby becomes an individual, how it comes to be sentient, aware that it is an entity with its own thoughts and feelings separate from the rest of the world. From the day a baby is born, we put blue or pink blankets around the baby. Socialization begins at birth. And so we can expect it to be just as much of a force in creating gender roles as biology. Sociologists lean towards the socialization perspective because gender roles have not remained constant. If there had never been a change in gender roles, we might be able to say beyond a shadow of a doubt that biology determines one's gender as well as one's sex. But because roles change, attitudes change, behaviors change, this is a reflection of the power society has to change the beliefs that individuals hold about themselves and the people around them, to re-socialize them. Women's suffrage is a perfect example of this. The 19th Amendment changed the way society viewed women and the way women viewed themselves, giving them the right to vote. Roles changed. Think of gender socialization as a chain of events. Gender roles are imparted on children. Differential treatment occurs in pre-K and in elementary school, for example, in learning math, which leads to differential treatment in middle school, which leads to the same in high school, for example, different college plans. College enrollments and majors are stratified by gender. See the section on gender and education in Chapter 4. Although there has been some change over time. Differences in college lead to employment stratified by gender. Often then following college, men and women get married. Family gender roles are often differentiated. And then these men and women have children, and the cycle repeats itself over and over and over again ad nauseum. One great thing about you being in this course in college is that we can begin to break this chain at the college point in the cycle. You're learning that women can be just as capable as men at engineering, and that men can be just as capable as women at raising a family. Okay, next let's look at feminism. Let's take a little informal survey. Something to think about. Just answer these questions in your head. Which of the following are you in favor of? Equal pay for equal work among women and men. That men and women should share household responsibilities equally. That women and men should consent equally to sex. That discrimination in education and employment based on gender and or sexual orientation is wrong. That women deserve the right to vote. Now, do you consider yourself a feminist? If not, consider that each of the issues that I just mentioned are central to contemporary feminism. But people have a fear of the F word. Feminism gets a bad rap because of Mr. TV. People think of feminists as bra-burning, men-bashing, unattractive bullies. Or they think of feminists as opportunists who use femininity as an excuse to ride on programs like affirmative action into jobs that women aren't qualified for. But we get these images from the media. Bra burning in the 60s and 70s was a highly publicized aspect of the women's movement because, again, sensationalism sells. The plain fact of the matter is, most Americans generally can agree on the issues I just mentioned, but they abhor the term feminism and thus reject feminist issues in the ballot box because they believe from the media that feminists are liberal, socialist, government loving, men hating jerks. It's just not true. Okay, so that does it for me. I'll see you online.